Energy. Hit music only.
Hi and welcome.
Thank you.
You just released your third studio album, Delirium. Do you have any favorite track on your new album?
I think probably one of my favourites is Codes, because I just find it so enjoyable to perform. And then Holding On For Life is another one. It's kind of gospel, early 90s dance influenced, and there's just something about it when we were recording it that was really magical. And I think that's like one of those tracks that's on the album that potentially won't be a single, but you know will come alive at some point over the next year in some capacity.
I had a listen just this morning too, and it's a great energy, your album. Really great. And I was just thinking, because we're from a radio station, how was it to hear one of your tracks for the first time on the radio?
I remember hearing one on a local radio station back in Hereford where I grew up, and I remember it just being amazing. And actually every time I hear my songs on the radio, I have a little moment of like happiness, you know, because yeah, it's I feel like especially in America it's hard to get your songs on the radio. So yeah, they have like 10 songs on rotation there, but yeah, I feel like the fact that my songs get played on the radio is just like, I feel very lucky about that. Yeah, because that's how people hear your songs, kind of, isn't it?
Yeah. And to hear your own voice, like even for me to hear my own voice on radio is really weird.
Well, I feel like I've got a very unique voice, and I don't think I make pop music like other pop artists. So I'm really grateful that I can be part of that change, because I feel like, you know, my voice I don't necessarily think of as a radio voice. So I feel grateful that people are into it.
I saw you at Way Out West. That was my first time when I saw you live, and I just love your energy on stage. And I know you're a vegan, and you seem to work out a lot. Like, have you always been? Are you still a vegan, or?
I'm kind of a vegan. I don't like to label it. I don't eat meat or fish ever. Yeah. I rarely eat egg. I rarely have dairy. But obviously I still wear leather, so I'm still kind of aspiring. Yeah, I do work out a lot whenever I can. Basically, it's depending on how much sleep I've had, how much food I've had. With my job, it's quite. They don't really go very well together. So people say that I'm, you know, people are always impressed because I really have to like find the time and the balance, and it's hard like working out when you're doing this job, because like we just end up drinking all the time and then working out doesn't go with alcohol very well.
But so do you have like someone to motivate you when you feel like Netflix and chill?
I do Netflix and chill by myself a lot. I did it like last night by myself. Yeah, my manager Cass, she's just like so badass, and she gets up at 6 a.m. and does boot camp every morning, or she'll do some kind of exercise every day. And she's got 3 kids, and she's just like power woman. And then she manages me and a few other artists, and she's awesome. So yeah, she's my inspiration.
Oh, that's great. So talking about inspiration, do you have a bucket list?
Bucket list of like just things to do in the world
of life.
I guess, I mean, yeah, there's so many things. I'd love to go to Iceland. I've never been to Iceland, and I'd love to explore. And I mean, I don't know, there's a bunch of things. I feel like I need to do a bit more, you know, adventure. I need to, like, I don't know, travel New Zealand and Australia a little bit more. I don't know. I just want to make the most out of our world as I can, at the natural world, and travel as much as I can. I do that with my job, but I rarely get to see outside of studios and venues. So yeah, more exploring.
That's cool. I love travel.
Yeah.
So I have this sign for you.
Okay.
And some questions.
Okay, cool.
So let's just start. I've never returned a gift I didn't like. You can just show with the sign.
Yeah, I've never returned a gift.
I've never been to the hairdresser asking for another celebrity's look.
Ooh, I think I probably have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who? You know, remember?
It's probably like, that's a good question. It was probably like Jennifer Aniston, or yeah, it's probably Jennifer Aniston. But I worked with her hairdresser recently, Chris, So that was like quite a moment for me, because I've always wanted her hair, and I worked with her. He's been working with her for like 20 years.
Yeah, your hair looks great now.
Oh, I had to cut it short because I dyed it orange and it wouldn't go out of my hair. So I had to cut it off. I wish it was a bit longer than this, but it'll grow.
I never Google my own name.
I have. Certain times people say, "Oh, have you read this?" And I'm like, go and search for it, and then I'm like, no. But yeah, I definitely have in the past. I don't as much as I used to.
Good. And I've never stolen an item from a hotel room.
Ooh, I have. Once I stole a candle holder that was a skull, and I thought it was really cool. I don't think anyone noticed because no one like called me up or anything. Maybe they just let me have it.
They're like, oh my God, she's having our skull candle thingy.
Yeah,
I've never called in sick because of a hangover.
oh, yeah. I definitely have. My friend just like looked at me like, yes, you have. Yeah, I have. There's no way around hangovers. They're just awful. Well, there is. Don't drink. But they are rubbish.
And I've never given up.
Well, I guess I'm still here, so no, I've never given up.
Great. Thank you so much, and good luck tonight on Pop Idol.
Thank you. Yeah, it's going to be fun. Rehearsals are really good, so it's going to be fun.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Energy. Hits music only.